Is vitamin D the most important vitamin that I can guarantee you're not getting enough of? Well, yeah, pretty much. What's up, y'all? Reggie here, thefitnesstutor.com, and I want to start this conversation about vitamin D. Now, I am very excited to talk about vitamin D. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Yes, I said I'm excited to talk about a vitamin, so that probably makes me some level of nerd, and I'll accept that graciously. I've been very interested in vitamin D for as long as I can remember, at least middle school, because I've always been a self-proclaimed kind of nerd, but just very interested in biology and sciences and how our bodies and how things worked. Way a long time ago. So when reading and learning about how, plants use sunlight, I just thought that was cool. So lo and behold, to find out that our bodies did basically the same thing and that we need sunlight and our body is interacting with sunlight, well, that just kind of blew my mind a little bit. And it just made it that much more interesting to me. It's not like I was going to bed every night like, oh my God, vitamin D is so awesome. And, can't wait to wake up in the morning and read about vitamin D. It wasn't that bad. But whenever I would come across or see something, dealing with it, it was something that caught my attention and still does to this day. But anyway, what is vitamin D? Vitamin D, aka the sunshine vitamin, because vitamin D is a vitamin that you make when your body is exposed, when your skin is exposed to sunlight. And namely, it's not just sunlight, it's not just any sunlight, and it's not just any light. It is UVB, not UVA, and it is only the UVB that starts this process for your body. We'll talk about the importance of that later. But it is the UVB rays of sunlight, or light, and it starts this process for your body where your body takes, lo and behold, another misunderstood compound in our body, which is cholesterol. Your body takes basically cholesterol, or a form of cholesterol, which is also a steroid. It takes that and it starts the process of changing that into vitamin D. And from your skin, the skin area, it takes it, makes some changes, goes to the liver. Your liver, I think, adds a molecule or two and makes a couple of changes of it there, and it's not complete until it gets to your kidney, and your kidneys are responsible for making the last changes. And from there it is, if I'm not mistaken, from there it is the usable form of vitamin D. And from there it goes out to your body, and it is usable in pretty much every cell in your body has a receptor site for vitamin D. So there is a function, potentially, for every cell in your body to use vitamin D. So if you're not getting enough of vitamin D, that might be an issue. And it's also important to note that vitamin D is really not a vitamin. It is a hormone / steroid. All right? And by steroid, we mean just a certain type of very important compound for the body. We're not talking about an anabolic steroid. We're not talking about an anabolic muscle building steroid. There's different types of steroids, if you didn't know that. Another video. It's also a hormone. And if you know briefly what a hormone is basically something that starts, stops, runs, regulates, a process in the body, to make a long story short. And if you think about any of the well-known hormones, testosterone, estrogen, insulin, any type of hormone related to the thyroid, obviously, you know that if you have something out of whack with your hormones, you can be in serious trouble. And it might not start out as something you think it would be, But anyway, vitamin D is basically a hormone. So if you think about any of your other hormones and you weren't getting enough of those hormones, how important would that be, right? So obviously, like something like insulin, you screw around with that, you can be dead in a matter of minutes. So hormones are very important. Some are more important than others. Now, is vitamin D the most important vitamin? I don't really know, but I think we should start looking at it that way because it is becoming more and more prevalent in very important positive findings in the treatment of and helping people deal with various problems from diseases, and other malfunctions of the body. Some of the important findings are coming from cancer, and namely, I think colon cancer and breast cancer are making a lot of headway in that. You also have muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis, and even obesity. In other words, all, if not all, most of our bodies tend to respond positively when we make sure we get a nice amount of vitamin D. All right. I think the federal government finally came out, I think just this last year or so, and said that we would like to recommend, and they basically said, I think it was something like a 300 international unit increase in what, the FDA now recommends. It was something from like 600 to 900 or something like that. But a lot of the research is coming forth that states we should probably be getting at least 3,000 international units a day. And you can bust out a ton of those by having direct sunlight. And it's very hard to get any substantial amount of vitamin D from most of our foods, even our fortified foods like bread and dairy and all that kind of stuff. So sunlight seems to be the way to go when it comes to getting an appropriate amount of vitamin D. You can just bust out way more international units from your body being exposed to sunlight or UVB rays than you could from eating, like a ton of food. I think that's enough of an overview just to kind of get the thing flowing before I go off on way too many tangents. So, vitamin D is made from your body, from your skin being exposed to ultraviolet B, not any other form of radiation, not any other part of the light spectrum, ultraviolet B. Every cell pretty much in your body has a receptor site for vitamin D, so if you're not getting enough vitamin D, you could be setting yourself up for problems. We'll just put it that way. So that'll give us kind of a basic idea to get the ball rolling. Like I said, we'll be doing more and more videos about vitamin D and more videos about pretty much everything. So stick around. That's it for now. We'll see you on the other side.